This day, Uncle Mike came to Ikebukuro early in the morning. The people handing out flyers on the street were particularly enthusiastic. Uncle Mike declined, but they still desperately tried to shove them into his hands. Today he was going to select tableware for a single women's model apartment. The samples were already prepared, and the negotiations went smoothly. He planned to rent an office nearby. There was still some time before the apartment viewing, so he walked into his usual Chinese grocery store. He couldn't help loading quite a few items into his shopping basket, but he stopped in front of the goji berry shelf. The words energy boost on the packaging reminded him of the street ads from this morning. In the end, he put it back on the shelf, although he bought a lot. Good things are never too much to have. Just like this can of coconut milk he's been drinking since childhood. The man who was handing out cards this morning was actually sitting nearby taking a break. The office the realtor showed him was quite spacious. It would definitely be wasteful for one person. The agent's flattering President-san immediately made Uncle Mike feel proud. He even started fantasizing about being a boss. It wasn't until the realtor answered a colleague's call about food delivery that he snapped back to reality. Time to find a place to eat. All those CEO dreams could wait until after filling his stomach. Sometimes making choices requires that kind of split-second impulse. Pushing through the door, he found the restaurant already had quite a few customers. He found a seat and looked at the menu while listening to the sounds around him. Slurping noises came from up front. Looking up, it was actually that same guy handing out cards he'd run into for the third time today. Tokyo is so big. How do you keep running into the same person? He simply moved to a seat with his back to that guy, then ordered the signature brothless stand-in noodles. Then he added an order of pan-fried dumplings and mixed 3-shred salad. While waiting for the food, he looked around at the restaurant's predominantly red decor. The arrangement was full of Chinese elements. Since he couldn't go to China for now, having a meal here was like getting a taste of it. The pan-fried dumplings and mixed salad arrived first. The plump dumplings were fried to a golden crisp. He poured some Zhenjiang vinegar and chili sauce, biting through the crispy dumpling skin. Meat juices immediately burst out. The sour and spicy flavors exploded in his mouth. With that one bite, all the earlier indecision about choosing restaurants was worth it. The mixed 3-shred salad looked simple, but the refreshing texture of carrots, cucumber, and bean curd skin perfectly cut through the greasiness of the dumplings. At this point, the restaurant filled with successive slurping sounds and coughing, all from people getting hit by the spice of that brothless stand-in noodles. Looks like the spice level of these noodles is no joke. He carefully brought it to his mouth. The noodles had a nice chew, and the sauce was rich and aromatic. His earlier worries seemed unnecessary, but after a few bites, the heat kicked in. Uncle Mike quickly drank water but felt his tongue getting more numb. The server explained with a smile that this was the characteristic of Sichuan peppercorns. Uncle Mike took a deep breath and continued eating, even though it was spicy enough to make him sweat. His chopsticks couldn't stop, and somehow he was getting more and more addicted. In the end, he finished it drenched in sweat with numb lips, yet inexplicably felt satisfied. This feeling of being both tortured and exhilarated is exactly what makes Sichuan cuisine special.